Okay, so hello. We are making 7-layer Italian cookies. I'm your host, Hannah. And first, you're going to want to start off by preheating your oven to, I believe, 350. So we're going to do that. So just do whatever kind of oven you have. So now it's preheating while we're baking. Okay, so what you're going to need is 4 eggs. Put them in here. 2 sticks of melted butter, which I'll do in 1 minute. 1 cup of almond extract, or not 1 cup, 3 teaspoons of almond extract. 1 cup of sugar. 1 teaspoon of oil, which we'll use later. 1 cup of flour. Red and green food coloring. A pinch of baking powder, an apricot and raspberry jelly, and a 6-ounce bag of chocolate morsels. So the chocolate and the oil we're going to sit for later because we won't be using that until later. But you also need baking tins and parchment paper as well. Okay, so what we're going to start by doing, and also 3 bowls and a large bowl to mix everything in. Alright, so what we're going to start by doing is melting the butter. So grab a microwavable safe bowl and undo the butter. Okay, and I'll be back. I'm going to put this in for about 30-second increments. Okay, so now my butter's melted, but first we have to beat the eggs until they're fluffy. So I'm going to start by undoing all my eggs. Don't get shell in there like I just did. Okay, now you're just going to want to discard of your eggshells and wash your hands. Now you're going to want to get your beater, and you're going to want to beat your eggs until fluffy. So probably when they look like that. Okay. So you're just going to want to set that off to the side. And now you're going to want to add in all your ingredients, beating in between each. So we're going to start with our sugar. And I'm going to grab my beater. I'm going to beat. Now I'm going to add in my flour. Okay, now you're going to want to get your butter. I just kept it in the microwave. You're just going to pour that in. Discard of the bowl. I'm going to beat that up. Alright, then you're going to want to add in your almond extract. This is what makes it smell good. pinch of your baking powder, and this is extremely important. It won't turn out right unless you add in a pinch of baking powder. Okay, then you're going to want to beat it up again. Alright, next thing you're going to want to do is I like to get a spatula and just make sure everything is off the sides and mixed in really well. Okay. Now you're going to want to separate into 3 bowls. So I have my 3 bowls over here, and you're going to want about a cup in each. So I'm just going to take my spatula, and with each cup, I'm just going to scrape it all out. Just going to set it over here. And I got my next one. Here. Okay, so now if you have extra left, just go and top off each bowl like I'm doing right now. Okay. Now you're going to want to get some spoons. Get 2 spoons. And you're going to want to get your food dye. I'm going to be using green and red. So it doesn't matter which, bowl gets what color. And I want to make sure you get all the color mixed in there. Alright, so now the green's done. I'm going to do the red. Alright, and then your last one, you're just going to want to keep white. So now, I'm going to take my baking tins and my parchment paper, and I'm going to go ahead and get a pretty big piece of parchment paper. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to crumble it up, and then you're going to want to stick it in the bottom of your pan. Make sure you get all the edges, and then you're going to want to take your mixture and just put it in. And make sure you flatten your mixture out all the way to all the edges. So here's one. Just gonna put that on top of the oven. Now I'm doing the same thing with my red mixture. Okay. Now I'm ready for my last pan. So just to give you guys a little bit of a background, these cookies have been in my family for a while. A lot of my family is Italian. Personally, I'm not Italian, but my New York family is Italian, and we make these cookies a lot, and we have them at all of our family gatherings. So they're really important to my family. Okay, so now you're going to pop those suckers in the oven for about 10 minutes or until the edges are brown. And during those 10 minutes, you're going to want to rotate them in the oven. So let me put those in. So I'm going to first set it for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to check on them and rotate them, and then I'm going to set it for another 5 minutes to finish cooking. So I'll be right back whenever they're done. Okay, so my timer's about ready to go off. So before that goes off, you're going to want to get 3, like, pot holders, whatever you want to call them, and lay them out. So you have somewhere to put your pans. For 10 seconds. Forgot to mute the TV. My apologies. Alright, so they're looking perfect. They're looking beautiful. Okay. Now you're going to want to turn off your oven, and you're going to want to let these sit for about 30 minutes. So relax, go watch your favorite show, and we'll be back. Just so you know, this is what they're looking like. That is what they're supposed to look like. So go relax, watch your favorite show for a little bit, and then they'll be done. Okay, so while I have the last couple minutes left, while my cakes are still setting, I'm going to do our chocolate. So just going to wash out a bowl, and you're going to want to take your chocolate. You're going to want to pour it in the bowl. And then you're going to want to get your oil that we set up earlier, and you're going to want to pour it on top of the chocolate. And then you're going to want to put the chocolate in the microwave for increments of about 30 seconds. Okay, so while that's cooking, you're going to want to get a plate. like this. And since your pans aren't hot anymore, you're going to want to start by removing the parchment off your cakes. And start setting them down. In between each layer, you're going to want to spread some apricot or raspberry jam. So I'm going to start off with the apricot jam. I'm going to get a spoon. I'm just going to spoon a good spoonful on it. And then I'm going to get a spatula. I'm going to spread it all around. Being sure if I have any extra to just kind of remove it. Because we don't want these being too soggy. I'm just going to smooth that all on there. Then I'm going to get my next layer, which has to be the white layer. So again, just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to remove it. Then I'm going to set it on top. And then I'm going to get the apricot jelly. I'm just going to scoop that out. Okay. And then the last thing you're going to want to do is take your pink or red cake and put it right on the top. Now you're going to want to check on your chocolate. I like to get this spoon. It's kind of like non-stick. I'm just going to go and I'm going to start to mix them up. And then I'm going to stick them back in the microwave. Now you can put your jellies away. Okay, take it out again. Probably need another 20 seconds. And clean up as you go. This should be pretty good. Alright, so now I'm just going to put this on the top of the cakes. Try and get all of it out. And then I'm going to take my spatula and smooth it all on the sides. All on the cake, on the sides, all around. You're going to want a pretty thin layer around all of it. You're not going to want too thick of a layer. Okay, So you're going to want it to look like this. Then you're going to want to stick it in the refrigerator overnight. And the next day when it's all nice and hard, cut it and it'll look beautiful. I will show you a clip of that, but obviously it's got to sit overnight. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so now that it's nice and hard, you're going to want to cut it up. So I'll be right back whenever I'm done cutting it up. Forgot to mention, make sure you get a nice decorative plate for it. Okay, so this is how they turned out. This is what you're going to want them to look like. A little messy, but delicious. Bye.